All right, good people. Hey, hey, hey. It is your girl 3C. Hey, I'm so overwhelmed by the love and the support that my Yarny community gives me. I talk about you guys like we live in the same space and community. And we actually do, but we're a plane ride away, right? But I just, oh man, I almost started crying today when I looked at my girl, the Spoonie Stitcher, Shannon, and Nancy from She's Got Yarn Too. When I tell you the love that this community shows each other, no matter what race, color, or creed we are. Okay, I'm not gonna get emotional. Ooh, child, but you know I will have church up in here. Anyway, I love y'all. I really do. I love you. I'm such a small channel, and I can remember I've actually been on YouTube for some years, and I'll let you know next month is the anniversary coming up. But I've been on YouTube for a very long time. I had another channel many years ago where I talked about everything natural hair when I went natural and stopped putting perms in my hair and blah blah blah. And then I started a planner blog where I did everything. I talked about planners, happy planners, uh, Erin Condren planner, you name it, I talked about it. And then I said, why don't we start talking about what we love? And that's crochet. And so a couple of years later, I changed my channel around, and now it's planners and crochet and crafty things. And I'm looking at a box from my friend Tina the Crafty Bean. Shout out to her. She's like my friend in the crafty community. I'm so full right now. I'm just so full with the feeling of love and support and genuine support. And so this video talks about something else that I love to do. And I'm sure you can attest to the same thing because you do it too. If you crochet or knit, you do this too. What am I talking about? Patterns. 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 Yeah, they're patterns. I have 10 spiral notebooks upstairs where I used to write the patterns. So, okay, let's talk about patterns because I'm going to give a huge shout out to another YouTuber. The name of her channel is Beautiful Dreams Crochet and Butterfly. Beautiful. Well, she is beautiful, but Butterfly Dreams Crochet and More. She just put up a questionnaire and it just rocked my world. And so I said, let me do this video, but pay homage to her for the idea of it, where she asked the question, if you were to take a pattern, be it free or purchased, and you added a row or two of your own to it, and you get paid for it, would you acknowledge the original pattern creator? And I was like, wow, that's a great question. And so this video is dedicated to her and the question she posed. And here's why. I buy patterns. And I was going to do a video that asks the question, how much would you pay for a pattern? Because I have a lot. So, ooh, did I move the camera? Anyway, it's not a camera's fault. A lot of these patterns are paid for. A lot of them. This particular book, and this is a picture of the Riverwalk here in San Antonio, Texas. This is the Riverwalk. This book is dedicated to Crystal and Bagel Day. because in this book, it's all her patterns. Okay, some are, well, kind of like from here to here, this thick. And then I have other patterns like Strawberry Couture, that gorgeous hat. It's like a twisted, that's the Lauren twisted clouch hat, and then this is the Umbretta clouch hat. And then here's another YouTuber that I absolutely love. Her name is Jean at On the Hook Crochet. You've probably seen her here on the YT. Love her. Love her. I have a ton of her sweaters. And, oh my God. But then there are those. Oh, I gotta find out who this. I didn't put who it's by. I'll find out. There are others that I have written down. Oh, I know this one. The Box and Bow Tie Capelet Cowl or Neck Warmer. That's by The Secret Yarnery. I know because that's whose channel I wrote down the pattern for. Now, she sells her patterns. Now, let's talk about patterns. So, when I go on YouTube and I look at a video and you do a tutorial, I consider that a pattern. Now, other people may say, well, it's a tutorial. It's a free tutorial. It's not a pattern. It is a pattern because they're giving you step by step what you're to do to create or recreate what they're saying. So it's a pattern. And then they sell the pattern on Etsy or Ravelry or whatever other site that they have that they sell the pattern on. So it's considered a pattern to me. Whether I type it out word for word based on what they're saying in a tutorial or whether I go on their website and purchase it, it's a pattern. I will never claim it as my own. Never. Nancy of She's Got Yarn Too, she did a pattern for a Boggy Creek blanket. It is considered to me to be a pattern. So when I create it, when I create the blanket, she will get the credit. Why? Because she created it. It's like when you were in college. What did they call it? Plagiarism. Plagiarism is when you take something that you know you did not create and you claim it as your own. That's not right. Give it back. It's just not right. To me. Now I told y'all in the last video, don't do that. Don't come for me. Don't do that. But I feel that here's another one. Karen Valadares. She made a neck warmer called the Elegant Neck Warmer. I have since made a ton of these, and I love them. But I will never, ever tell anybody that I created it, because that's a lie. I will always, on my channel, now this is just my channel, I will always give credit back to the original creator. So if I make I'm gonna give you a perfect pattern. Multi-flower pillow cover by Rachel Cho. This is whew, this cover is banging for a pillow. You see all of that intricate detail? Ain't no way I would have came up with that on my own, boo. But Rachel Cho, I'm definitely gonna give her credit. I sure will. Shout out to Rachel. Hello. But there are, and I'm saying this like the crocodile flower. That was originated by, oh my goodness, what is her name? I see her face in my mind's eye. I've purchased her crocodile hat. I created that. And I can't think of her name. Azanla. I'll find out and let you know. But I have patterns. And that is a question for you guys. Here's another pattern book with bag o' day hats, purses, scarves. I got the dabbling hook. She's here on YouTube. Shout out to the dabbling hook. The fringe triangle cowl. That was one that I really wanted to create, and I have not gotten around to it. I have more patterns than I have lifespan, probably. No man know the day of the hour. Free 99 for you. But any pattern I create, I think I did a couple of hats by Crystal Bag o' Day. Oh, the penny cowl. This is by Deborah Norville of not Deborah Norville. I'm gonna find out in a minute. But it's called the Penny Cowl Little Haven. Little Haven Crochet. And this is her. And I saw the cowl and I was like, oh my God, I gotta make that. Oh my God, oh my God. And I paid for the pattern. I got it, I think off of her site. I'm saying all this to say, ooh, 11 minutes, child back. I'm saying all this to say, oh, the virus shawl. If you go back and look at my video, you will see where I talk about the virus shawl. Remember when everybody was creating the virus shawls and the virus blanket, and then virus shawl meets granny and all that? We don't know who originally. I Googled, and I found the name of the person, and I put it in my video because I was looking to find out who originally created that pattern. I wanted to know, because for me, when you sit up and you're creating an actual pattern, it takes time. It takes time. I tested a pattern for the Crafty Nomad. Shout out to Kim. I'll write it down so I can give her a shout out. I don't think it's fair to the original pattern creator or anybody else for that matter, who creates patterns for you to steal. I'm just saying, and not give them any credit. Now, there are a lot of us, okay, let me roll that back. You're not stealing if you're giving credit to the original person and you're adding a row or two of a different design. I don't consider that stealing if you're saying, hey, shout out to so-and-so. I created the blanket that she originally did a pattern for, but I added my own little spin on it. That's not stealing, because a lot of us do that. A lot of us that have been crocheting for either a couple of years or many years, such as myself, I've been crocheting for years, but I don't do patterns. Now, I have pattern books on different stitches, and you can go and utilize that kind of book to make your own pattern. But I don't have time. I'd rather buy yours, give you some credit, and keep it rocking. Okay? But I will never take someone's pattern like this. This is the Crochet Vintage Hat by Little John Yarns. This is her design. There is no way. That's why I'm not going to show it, because this is the pattern on this page. I will not take this hat and say I created it. That's a lie. I wouldn't even be able to sleep. That's just, this is my right hand. It might be to your left, but it's my right. That's not right. What's wrong with you saying I created this blanket and I added my own little spin on it, but the original creator of the pattern is boppity bop bop bop? What's wrong with just, and then you get paid for it? Child, But anyway, I do this. I do this a lot. See this t-shirt? This is what I do. That ain't paying me, so I'm, mm-mm. But I just came on here because she posed a very good question, and it bear repeating. And I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about that? Because I know, and again, let me preface her saying, the person took the pattern, is getting paid for the pattern, saying it's their own, but it's not. I don't know who it is. Again, I do this a lot. I mind the business that pays me. I'm not looking on YouTube to see who took who. It was just a good question. I was like, wow. But as far as my video, this other part of this video, I'm asking another question on top of that one. How much would you pay for a pattern? So, be it doesn't even matter. I purchased, let's see. Ooh, I purchased a lot of time. Yeah. Shout out to my girl, Angela Wilson of Loving Every Stitch by Ruby, baby. I purchased a ton of hers. Oh my God. And then I purchased this hooded cowl by a beautiful young lady named Jamie Lynn. She is absolutely gorgeous. Isn't she gorgeous? I love this cowl. It's a hooded cowl. I am going to create it because I plan on going home next month for Thanksgiving, and I know it's gonna be cold. I live in Texas. I've been here for 11 years. So my skin probably done thinned out a little bit, and so Michigan is like, oh my God. So anyway, so I got a ton of crocheting to do before Thanksgiving. So the reason why I bought these patterns is because I'm going home. And a few of the patterns I didn't print it out because it's a 12-page pattern. Whew. I bought 2 cardigan patterns from a young lady on Facebook. I don't think she's on YouTube. Her name is Too Bossy Knits. Baby, when I tell you this baby can crochet her face off, that's terms for a bomb chick that can crochet. She makes cardigans, swimsuits, hoodies. What's the little thing? What's the little thing that you put your sleeves in and it come out right to little kids, for the little kids? Yeah, she makes those. Did I say swimsuits and coveralls? Girl, the girl she's the bomb. The cardigans, whew, cold. That's out cold. I'm telling you, I love them. And so I went, and when one of them was, I want to say almost $7. The other one was $9. And I was like, reaching in my pocket, pulling out some lint. Oh, do I want it? Here's the thing. I purchased the pattern, and I will do it again. Because once you purchase the pattern, it's yours. It is not yours to claim as your own. It's yours to use for as many times as you wish, to make as many cardigans as you wish, to do whatever you want to do with it. So with that, here's the question. How much is too much for a pattern? That's a good question. I'm gonna send this, I'm gonna put my little channels mentioned in this video so that you guys can all respond. I would love to hear your responses. How much would you pay for a pattern? We have a lot of pattern creators right here in our community. They charge anywhere from $3 to $10 to $12 for their patterns. And I saw one for $12 on Etsy. I want that cardigan. but it's gonna take me a minute to get that $12. I got the money. Come on, $12. But when you think about the pattern, it's yours. You bought it. But would you pay $12 for a pattern? Would you pay $5 for a pattern? Would you pay $10 for a pattern? Or would you just stick with the $2 and $3 patterns? There are patterns that I have purchased in these books that have illustrations attached to them, meaning they have the hook in the pointing towards it, step by step, and that's why they charge the way they charge. I think that's why they charge the way they charge for the patterns, is because, look at all that, is because of the detail of the actual pattern. So you tell me, 21 minutes, girl, get off there. Anyway, how much would you pay for a pattern? Or how much is too much? Like I told you, I just paid $9.25 for a cardigan pattern. But I've also paid, what, $5 for a cardigan pattern. It just depends on the creator. It really does. It depends on how much they're going to detail the actual pattern and how much they're not. Now, I've purchased patterns on Etsy from people in the past and then went back and purchased additional patterns and they gave me discounts. See how that worked? Think about it. Because if they see your name coming across and you purchased from them before, trust me, you're in their queue. So if you purchase, they're going to give you a discount because they want you to come back and buy another pattern. And I will. Keep giving me a discount. Even if you don't. If your patterns are clear and precise, and you don't have to have the certain kind of yarn you use. Child, I'm using whatever, okay? But if your patterns are clear and they're understandable and they're spot on, you best believe I will buy patterns from you again. So the answer to my own question, how much is too much for a pattern purchase? I used to say I would. I went on Ravelry and I'd see patterns, and then I, would look and I said, wait a minute, that person may be making money solely off of selling patterns, and that may be what's giving them the wherewithal to create. That's creativity. How can we create the object if we don't have a pattern? Because I don't do patterns. I don't write them. I go on YouTube and get them. And then I come back and say, hey, I got this pattern from blah, 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 from blah, blah, blah. And baby, I'm about to whip it up. And I'm going to show you the result. So the first question was from Butterfly Dreams, Crochet and More, where she asked the question, if you recreated a pattern and used it as your own and got money for it, is that right? And the second part of this video is asking the question, how much is too much for a pattern? Is your limit $5? Is your limit $10? It doesn't matter. It doesn't say anything about you. It just says your limit is. That's all. I just want to, inquiring minds want to know. Shout out to all of my new subbies. I just saw I got 4 new subbies. OMG. 1,000 is coming. Y'all know I'm going to be crying. I'm going to be bawling like the chick that I am. I promise you. I'm going to be bawling out of control when I hit 1,000. I probably won't show the video. I'll just cry and be like, hey, y'all. All right. I'm at 1,000. Ew. But shout out to all of you all of you that shouted out, go throw some yarn in their window. Spoonie Stitcher, Butterfly Dreams Crochet and More. She's got yarn too. Rose Loves Crochet, because that's my girl. DOY Creations, Melanie Crochet and More. I'm telling you, we have a huge yarn community, and nobody really knows anybody. I mean, we dip in and out, but what I do, I just come on your channel and show you a lot of love because I love you. Nancy, no. When I come to Florida to see I have a former supervisor that lives in Fort Myers, and I said when I go back to Florida, I'm gonna go on the channel and say, Nancy, I'm here in Florida. Where you at? We need to meet up. Hey. Just do lunch and talk. You know, it's a crazy world we live in, but we need to learn how to love one another and support one another. One stitch at a time. So it's your girl, 3C. I'm telling you, I am the crocheter that plans and the planner babe that crochets. I'm loving the love. I am. I've update on my Boggy Creek blankets. I'm gonna say 85% finished. I did 2. I want to try to do 1 more, maybe 2 more. Between now and I think January is the cutoff. I think it's January. If you want to get in on it, if you have anything in your community that gives back, go ahead and crochet something and give to them. Any nonprofit will take it, I'm sure. Call them up and see, do you take handmade items? I crochet. Can I, But yeah, I'm doing Boggy Creek because Boggy Creek is kind of something close to my heart. I, for many years, advocated for the intellectually disabled, and so it's my way of giving back to my babies. And these are not intellectually disabled adults. These are children with various types of cancers. And so we're doing blankets for them. And I hope we hit 1,000 blankets. I'm just saying. I decree and declare that in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. Enough of that. 27 minutes. Girl, y'all gone. Love you. See you in the next